The following show and its content are the responsibility of the show's producers and participants.
Information related in this program is not meant to substitute medical recommendations. Before starting a treatment program, you should consult your physician.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
That's right. Welcome to the Couch Live here at the Problem Solving Network, WPSN99.com. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas. We're here, Trinity. We're finally here.
Yes.
It's Christmas time.
Yes.
The jingle bells are jingling, and it's going to be a fantastic day. What? I can't say that?
Say whatever you want, man.
Thank you very much.
It's your world.
It is my world, and you're just living in it.
That's right.
At least for this 10 seconds.
There you go.
Robbie's not here. Where's the Grasshopper? We miss you, Grasshopper.
Did we upset him or something?
I don't know. No, we didn't seem to be. We lost our intern. So if anybody's seen our intern, Robbie, if anybody's seen the Grasshopper hopping around, can you send him back?
Are we that
to the
bad?
couch?
Is that what happened? Did we run him off or something?
I don't know. I mean, I expect him to come through that door
Any second now. Like the Kool-Aid man. Hey.
Right. So anyway, I got a great show planned for you today. This is the Couch Live. I am the street certified dope Dr. Louis Delgado, along here with my partner, the Dharma Guy Trinity Phillips. Matter of fact, hey everybody, a little congratulations to you, Trinity. You got a couple shows in the can for the Dharma Time.
Three
Dharma Time shows in the can,
That's right.
And I think they're fantastic. I think if you have not heard Dharma Time, please. Go find them. Where can they find them, Trinity, real quick before we get started? Because I think, by the way, Trinity, I'm very impressed and I'm very happy with those shows that we've put together so far. You've done a fantastic job as a host.
I appreciate that. I learned from the best. Look at that, man. We just got all sorts of mushiness going through today.
I would kiss you on the air right now.
Thankfully, there's a desk between us. So. No, they can listen to WPSN. .com. It's on 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock, I believe.
Right.
And then if they want to watch the videos, they can go to YouTube and look up Dharma Time, and it'll be on there. Right
on. And so it's a fantastic show. So I'm very happy with the way everything is coming together here at the Problem Solving Network.
I think we got a good host of shows.
Oh, yeah, with Steve Moderano's show, Recovery Radio from Philadelphia, with Lemon Squeeze, which JoJo knows, and Constance B. And now man. Dharma Time. All these new shows that are now on the network are just really phenomenal. So thank you all very much. So anyway, let's get started on this show. Now this show, it's a very special show today because I'm very excited, Trinity, because we have a good friend of mine coming on. He called me out of the blue last night, and it was good to hear from him. Two-time world heavyweight champion, Pinklin Thomas, called, and I didn't know he had surgery. He had another surgery, and you know, so he's laid up at his house. He's recovering very well, by the way, apparently. But, you know, boxing has taken a lot out of that guy's body. But you would never know it. Trinity, he's still, even now after surgery, he's in better shape than I am.
That's crazy.
It's really sad on my part, isn't it? I don't know if that's great for him or sad for me.
Probably a combination of both,
right?
How many surgeries has he had now?
Oh my God, Trinity, knees and all kinds of things. I mean, he'll have to tell you, but it's a lot. But
that's crazy.
But that's not why we're having him on. We're having him on because he just completed his autobiography, which I think it's awesome because he's got a great story. So I can't wait to talk to him about it.
Right.
You know, about his youth, his childhood, the early street life that he had, how he got into boxing, which I think just that story alone is like really cool. He told it on the on the show before, and then, you know, the ultimate fall and decline because of his addiction and loss, and now recovery. So, anyway, I don't think we've had him on the show since a
while.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, one of those shows that we did at the what do you call that place that we used to do the coffee house thing? That's the last time we probably saw him physically and do one of our events.
Yes. Well, that was the night he gave you the chip, I believe.
Yeah, he gave my 25 years. So that's 25. There you go. My 25-year medallion is 29 years.
Right.
So that's 4 years ago.
Okay.
So anyway, we're gonna have Pinklin Thomas on with us, and if you don't know who he is, just Google him later. Don't Google him now because you're supposed to be listening to the show on WPSN99.com.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. But yeah, Pinklin Thomas. He fought Mike Tyson. Not many people can say they fought Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And
how did he fare against him?
Dude, the dude is still speaking well. He's still in shape. Look, when you fight Mike Tyson,
maybe that's why all the surgeries.
Maybe that's why all the surgeries.
Yeah.
Nah, he's had so many bouts, man. Can you imagine? That kind of lifestyle.
Getting punched in the head.
Oh, getting punched. Not only getting punched in the head, Trinity, by some of the best heavyweight boxers who ever lived were in that time period.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a time period where these guys were used and abused,
yeah,
and they didn't know all the medical science and research that we now have to even how to protect themselves.
Well, that was back when boxing was actually good, too, right? I mean,
when it was boxing.
Yeah, nowadays it's so
when
hype.
It was boxing. Yeah, when it was beautiful. Yeah. So I just think he's a phenomenal man, and just as a person, his heart is. I'm saying all the positive things because I just don't want to. Be mushy all with him like I got mushy with you already. We got mushy with each other already. But it's a mushy show today. We're gonna get a little mushy with Pinky. Anyway, don't laugh. That was his nickname.
Okay.
I just can't call him Pinky because he just to me.
I wouldn't want to call another grown man Pinky.
No, I just say Pink.
Yeah.
I just say Pink. But yeah, he's a bad boy from Detroit, man. I don't know if you could go Pinky.
Yeah. Although it makes me think of Pinky in the Brain, though.
I just think it reminds me of the big guys that are called Tiny.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like one of those oxymorons. It's just like, you call him Pinky, but that boy is like so far from Pinky.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because especially, when you're like me, which you have this crooked, crazy, broken
Pinklin's
kind
such
of
a
pinky.
good name, though. Pinklin. I mean, that's a cool name.
Well, that's his real name.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a cool name. Pinklin.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool name.
Just Pink itself is just kind of cool. Just Pink.
Right.
But anyway, he's got a beautiful wife, DJ. Beautiful daughter. So I mean, I told him he's got to stay looking good. You're gonna keep that wife, and you better stay looking good. No, he says he looks great no matter what. I love his attitude, man. So anyway, I can't wait till we talk to him about 8 minutes or so. But so let's do some other housekeeping before that. So we know that the reason we're able to bring you this show uninterrupted for the entire hour is due to our great sponsors. So let's talk a little bit about them sponsors. So you've been getting real good about talking about our sponsors, by the way. I'm really impressed. So
man.
Yeah. So Retreat Premier Addiction Treatment Centers has a couple of programs. They have one here in Florida, and they have another up there in Pennsylvania. And so, obviously, they're a fantastic partner of ours. They came aboard. They've been very supportive to not only to the Now Matters More Foundation, but to us here at the Problem Solving Network,
yes,
and supportive of the show as well. Steve Moderano, they're the ones that they brought us. Steve Moderano of Recovery Radio from Philadelphia.
Right on.
But the reason is because they have a really great team out there that really understand the disease of addiction, and they really care from ownership on down. And as we know, ownership is where the culture starts, Trinity. And so we try to only send people or guide people to communicate with treatment centers that have a great culture about them, because that way it doesn't change, because employees change.
Yes.
I mean, you can like this tech or you can like that therapist, but that sometimes, there's a lot of turnover in our business. But when you find a program that turnover doesn't exist like that, and you have some key players that kind of are still there.
Well, there's usually a reason why then.
There's a reason why, and it's that culture. So that's one reason. The other reason is Journey Pure. Journey Pure has programs here in Florida. They have one in South Florida. They have one in North Florida. They have one in Kentucky, Bowling Green, and they have the main campus is actually in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right on.
And they're coming up with an IOP here in Orlando. So that's Journey Pure. Journey Pure has tons of properties, and another program that's fantastic. Great culture at that one, and they're all different.
Yeah.
Now, what I like about Journey Pure is that you can go to all the different ones. They all carry that same culture, but they have a different vibe and energy to them based on the professionals that actually work at those places.
Well, I know Journey Pure. Like I said on my show, when they came by for the golf tournament,
right?
They were just awesome, man. It was such a good time. They're like they were so relaxed and so at ease,
so fun loving.
Yeah, man. They were just like they seemed like good people.
Yeah.
And then of course with Retreat. Tom Garofalo, man, he's like one of my
he's
favorite
a character,
guys,
right?
He's so awesome, man.
Yeah,
he's always fun. I always look forward to when we have him on here to interview him.
Right.
He's always on point with his message.
Yeah, we got to get him back on the show.
And then the way he expresses his message is also on point. So.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks to those sponsors and, of course, Orange County. Orange County has been with the Couch Live since 1999.
We need to have
Carol
on here. Yeah,
Carol, yeah, she's on here every once in a while, so we got to have her back on. So thank you very much to Orange County and the Now Matters More Foundation. Just because both of us spend so much time doing foundation things, that's why they're a sponsor. They don't. It's not about any finances with Now Matters More Foundation. It's all about through them we have been, doors have been open to investigate programs and to vet them for you. So when we talk about addiction and recovery, and you guys ask us, what's a good place for us, instead of us having an answer, we vet them and then let you communicate directly with them. Yep. And obviously the Now Matters More Foundation can help you if you need that. So those are all. So go to nowmattersmore.org. You can always use some of your pocket change.
Absolutely.
And especially if you do Amazon, like a lot of people do it now, do smile.amazon.com. Pick Now Matters More Foundation as your charity, and it doesn't cost you a cent, but it really does help us put people in treatment. So, all right, so that's all the housekeeping. Now let's get on to business. All right, so anything before we get Pink on, talking about his book, is there anything that you wanted to bring up and talk about?
I will say, though, interesting message, and I sent it to you the other day, actually.
Yeah? What was that?
I know on ESPN, I don't have my phone, so I can't remember his name at the moment.
Your phone is right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, right there.
The gentleman, I think he was a CEO, correct me if I'm wrong, I guess, of ESPN.
Yeah.
Stepped down from addiction-related issues. He was very vague about what, in fact, those were. He asked for everybody to have privacy and whatnot. But I thought it was interesting. A couple things was, number one, that he didn't wait until something devastating came out. Like, he wasn't caught doing something ridiculous or arrested.
It was like a preemptive strike.
Yeah, he basically just said, we've come to the idea that, like, I need to take some time away and work on myself, and I'm going to step down and let somebody else come up. It was very well done, very respectful.
Right.
And it seems like throughout the ESPN family, they all took it seriously. They all wished him well. I sent you a video I recorded off of, I think it was Around the Horn, Tony Reale at the end of it. Had a very heartfelt message, not only to him, but for addiction in general. I called it disease. It said all the right things.
All the right things.
So it was one of the rare occasions that I've seen, especially in sports media, where I felt that it was handled well.
Well, am I wrong, Trinity? My wife pointed this out, and I think she's really correct on this. Dana was pretty observant, because I flick between CNN and Fox all the time.
Okay.
That's how I get my news, right? I flick between both of those two, and then in the middle is the truth, because they're both very polar opposites. Yeah. And I'm a registered independent, so it's important for me to hear both, and then kind of make my own opinion based on that. But the other channel that I flip to is ESPN.
Okay.
And I don't flick to there for sports. I mean, for regular news.
Sure, of course.
But ESPN just has good programming, right?
Well, it's one of the only ones for sports, to be honest with you.
Well, it's the only one.
There's a couple other ones, but
it's
one of the. I get so excited here.
Right.
It's one of the only ones though for sports. I mean, let's just be honest. There's other ones out there, but come on.
But yeah, so what she says is she really likes the way those commentators talk. Like she doesn't even like sports, but she'll listen to them just because the camaraderie, the way they talk about things, the way they kind of go back and forth. And so when you said that, what you said about, they talk so honestly about it, I think about all the programming. They're really honest about any topic they talk about. They kind of just put it out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They dare to put it out there. So when the kneeling was talked about, when government's talked about, when they're willing to go back and forth on their own personal views, knowing that at any moment when they go back into the back office, there could be some little weasel guy that says, you're out of here.
Yeah, I have to say, I agree. It's sad, actually, that they are what the actual journalists and media should be.
Right.
Because for the most part, they deliver the facts. They give a brief opinion, but it's usually about what happened.
Right.
It's whereas when you go to the different news stations, it's always about, here's what happened, now here's what my interpretation of it is, and this is how you should interpret it.
Well, the beautiful thing is that there's opposing views on the same show. I don't have to flick a channel. In other words, there's not an ESPN here's for the man, and another ESPN here's for the player. Yeah. It's a there's people there that support coaching. There's people there that support quarterbacks. There's people there that support defense. And then so they all have their varying opinions based on the positions they played.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And they're allowed to disagree.
Defense.
The offense and defensive guys always go against each other.
Yeah.
And you could see the good coaches back. You know, the coaches that are respected. You could see the players respect it.
Yeah, and I just it's very genuine, very honest.
I like that.
I guess I never really looked at it that way, but I agree with your wife in the sense that they are very just kind of genuine with everything.
Whatever it is.
And that's always been their calling card, though. If you remember, back in the day, they'd always come up with like catchphrases. I know Chris Berman was one of the big ones, like rumbling, bumbling. Yeah,
that too.
Stumbling and rumbling. You know, they'd always have their little catchphrases.
Right.
And they almost became, part of the show themselves.
Right.
You know?
Right. Well, like that. Come on, man. That just took off.
But I guess it's interesting though when it comes to addiction. They seem like they know more. To be honest with you, now that I think about it.
Well, they know the truth.
Well, they're much more. Let's see, the way they talk about it is much more in line with kind of reality,
the everyday person's view.
Yeah. Whereas when you're watching these other shows, they seem so far removed from what's actually taking place.
Well, it's because they have an agenda.
Yeah,
the difference is on ESPN, those commentators don't have a personal agenda, and when they give you opinion, they're telling you this is my opinion.
Right.
When you listen to a news station, a supposed real journalist, which they're not obviously, not anymore. They're acting like it's a fact. They're saying these are the facts, and you're getting lied to over there. These are the facts. Yeah. Whereas with sports commentator guys, with regular people like you and me and everybody else, it's just this is my opinion, and we're allowed to disagree on the same show, and then you guys make your own. So I'm waiting for the news network that actually has all the differing people on the exact same show. Not 5 people sitting on the same couch agreeing with each other, 4 people in the same panel just agreeing with each other. Because that's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
That's just ridiculous. So anyway, let's get back to it. But anyway, I brought that up, or we talked about it, because in our space of addiction and recovery and helping people, how do they know who to trust? How do they know where to go for real information about my family's suffering? You know what I mean? If my family's suffering, I got a son or daughter that's struggling with something, how do I know where to go? That's important. Who do I trust? When everybody, in today's market, it seems to be that it's politicized. You know, so actually we're learning more about addiction and recovery through the ESPN channels rather than on the Fox network or on CNN.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Because the only time they talk about it, they're trying to bash the current medical coverage or bash the current presidency.
Well, like you said, it's an agenda.
It's an agenda.
So
you want your addiction news and recovery news, go to ESPN, apparently.
Exactly. And the other one, I'm actually pulling it up at the moment. This is the first I've seen it, so bear with me. But I don't know if you saw recently, for the first time in I don't know how many years, like a ridiculous amount of years, life expectancy in the U.S. has gone down.
Oh, wow. No, I did not see that.
And the headline I'm reading right now says opioid crisis linked to the 2-year drop in U.S. life expectancy. Wow. So in theory, what they're saying is, here we go, it fell 0.1 years to 78.6 is what it was. It was the first consecutive drop since 1962. 62 and 63 was the last time it dropped.
That's really sad.
Decline.
That's really sad.
Linking,
and that was probably due to Vietnam.
You know what? Probably actually in the 60s. The previous fall before that was 1-year drop in 1993 at the height of the AIDS epidemic.
Oh, yeah, that was
so basically
horrible.
93 or 62, 63, I'm assuming, like you said, was probably Vietnam.
Yep.
In 93, it was the AIDS epidemic.
Right.
And right now they're blaming the opioid crisis. So now it's dropped our overall. Enough people have died.
Yeah.
If you know anything about statistics, there's how many hundreds of millions of people in the U.S.
Yeah.
So a significant portion of the population has to die to make that budge at all.
That's a significant amount.
Yeah, I mean, even like 20,000 people dying wouldn't even make a dent in that kind of a number for percentage-wise.
It's incredible.
So you're talking about millions of people have died to drop our overall life expectancy.
Yeah, because
that's crazy.
You know it's raising in so many other aspects.
Yeah.
It's probably gone up for people without addiction issues, but as soon as you add the addiction issues, it's gone down.
That's crazy.
That's really incredible.
It says here,
statistic you brought out.
In 2016, 63,000 people died from a drug overdose, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, up 20% from the previous year and 3 times the rate in 1999. And it says opioid-related overdoses increased by 28%, killing 42,249 people, mostly in the 25 to 54 age group.
Wow.
A life expectancy drop again in 2017 would represent the first 3-year fall since the catastrophic outbreak of the Spanish flu 100 years ago.
Oh, my God.
That's insane, dude.
Since the Spanish flu.
Yeah, 100 years ago.
So let's wow. All right, so let's get Pink on the phone. Back from the Edge of Hell.
Yeah, that's a good title.
It is a great title. Back from the Edge of Hell. And you know, he's probably thinking, like, the surgery, that probably feels like Back from the Edge of Hell.
Well, and then when
How
you
do I
look
do
at
this
the,
without showing the Facebook Live people his phone number?
Right. When you look at the cover, too,
right,
of the book.
He's a bad-looking dude,
isn't he? He looks so OG on that.
He is an OG, though.
I know, when I read the thing. Like,
well, you've seen him the way he shows up to our promotions and stuff like that. He is an OG.
Yeah, he's definitely an OG.
You know, God, man. Are you allowed to love a guy this much without, you know? And
sure.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
It's 2017.
I'm glad it's
man.
2017.
However you self-identify, man.
I'm glad it's 2017. I can love Pink that much.
However you want to self-identify.
Right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll give you your safe space.
All right. So let's call him. Let me make sure. Hopefully, I'm calling the right number.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, and I mean, you know what? I should go to a number that I know I just called him from. All right. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if he picks up the phone. Come on, Pink.
Hello.
There he is. Welcome to the Couch Live, Mr. Pink.
Hey, Louie. What's going on?
How you doing, brother? You are live on the air right now on the Problem Solving Network, WPSN99.com. And on the air, people, we have the great two-time world heavyweight champion, boxing champion, Pinklin Thomas.
Woohoo.
Wow, man. That sounds good, Louie.
You look good, brother, so I have to sound good because you look good. And by the way, I don't know what DJ was worried about with that picture that we used for you to put up, saying that you're going to be on the air. You look fantastic for a guy that just got out of surgery.
Right?
Man, I told you that's my drill sergeant, man. She just put it on me, man. She tell me, put your head up, shoulders back, stand straight up. You know, I hear this all day long, man. God, dog. So, you know. What can I say? You know, I guess you want perfection, you know?
Well, she's got it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed, man, because I looked at it and I'm thinking, Pink, you have no idea. I look so much worse just getting out of bed in the morning with no surgery.
Well, you know, Louie, that's what I do. I just try to get up and look good because I know that she's going to make me try to feel good and look good. So I got to at least look the part.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Does that mean we can't go to that Italian restaurant anymore? Are you on a special diet?
No, don't say that now. You know, I'm still a heavyweight now. I still got the appetite. I might not have the weight no more, but I still got the appetite.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. Well, anyway, so I'm glad you're recovering well. You know, how are you feeling, brother? How are you feeling with that surgery?
Really, I'll tell you right now, I feel fantastic, Louis.
Yeah, good.
It's been about a month, 4 days now, and I feel like it's been about 2 months, and you know, I've been trying to sneak up the stairs, shoot a little pool, and you know, and I opened up my big mouth the other day and was just trying to. I don't know how I said it, but I don't know when I said it. You know what? So what? How did you go up them stairs? How?
There it goes.
You know, I had to explain it. You know.
You had to.
But yeah, man.
So you got caught.
I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready to stick and move again.
Well, you already said you're still training fighters. You're still working out at your house. You're not able to go to the gym, but you have a gym in your house, and you're still training fighters at your house.
Yeah.
So that doesn't sound very relaxing to me.
Oh, it's real relaxing. Real relaxing. First, I save money and gas. Time. I don't have to go to the gym and be bothered with all them people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just sit in my garage. I can dictate.
Yes.
Point. You know, and just tell people what to do, and then when they're gone, I can go and put me some coffee on.
That's right.
And sit back and look at CNN for a minute until my next person comes in.
You know, I don't think you're ever going to go back to the gym. I think you're just going to end up building that out a little bit more and a little bit more until there's an entire boxing ring in your garage.
No, you know what? You know what I want to do now?
What?
I want to do a movie, man.
You want to do a movie? All right. Well, all right. So let's stop right there for a second. All right. Again, we're talking to Pinklin Thomas, 2-time world heavyweight champion of the world. You just did something that I think is really cool because I know your story a little bit. So the fact that so I like that you're saying you want to do a movie because I don't think people know how incredible of a story it really is and how entertaining it really is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First of all, you come from some pretty rough streets of Detroit. Right?
Well, you know, I didn't really come from them, but I
That's right. Yeah. Let me back up because I didn't really come from some of the streets I put myself on either. All right, so let's back up. In other words, you were able to walk some of those streets and put a whooping on some people in some of those streets where those people aren't really used to getting whooped.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was intimidated. I wasn't intimidated.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what Back from the Edge of Hell is. The book, Back from the Edge of Hell. Tell us a little bit about what we are to expect from reading that book. What kind of story are we going to read when we read this book?
Well, you're gonna, read about a lot of my trials and tribulations and what I've been through, but more importantly, some redemption, of how I was able to, only through the grace of God, be able to see my way out,
right,
and to not after he's got me on the right track, that at the end I'm giving back to the youth and community and to the ones that it gets still suffers. I'm 28 years, 29. February 10th be 29 years clean, man.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
I got to clarify something, man.
What's up?
Because I know they say, dang, man, this guy just had back surgery,
Right.
How the hell he gonna say he clean? But look here, let me get to this now.
Okay.
Because my choice of drugs was that academic that's going on now. And it's not the pills. It was that heroin, cocaine, alcohol. It was that real hard stuff. And that's what led me in marijuana. That just put me out there. But I started as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys, a lot of kids, they get caught up or athletes, they get caught up behind injury or what have you. And then they turn around. But it was the flip for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, man, ain't no doubt about it, man. The pain that I suffered. I told my wife I was going to throw her out the window. I told my daughter I was going to pull her hair out.
Wow.
Told the doctor, man, I'm going to punch you in the nose and that tank down ain't going to get you up. I was in so much pain, man. You give me some medication,
Yeah.
But, at the same time, you got to monitor wing off and what have you. And look at me now, man. I'm sitting out here in my back. I'm looking on my green belt, enjoying the fresh air and having a cup of coffee.
Well, since you took it that way, let me ask you a question about that real quick then, Pink, because there are a lot of people that are in recovery that worry about going into surgeries. And we've talked about this before, you and I. You and I have had a couple surgeries. Mine aren't obviously as severe as yours. But these are things that we talk about in the rooms. These are things that we talk about with our support system. These are the things that sometimes the support system's a little worried about. So I guess what you're saying is, look, when you're in pain, you have to take what you have to take. I mean, there's nothing in recovery that says you're supposed to stay in pain. Right. You do have to take things. You just have to be, you have to have the right support system around you, and you have to do it with the right intentions and hope that everybody around you kind of sees that you're doing it as prescribed for the moment that it's prescribed, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, my wife, man, I've seen her get 4 wisdom teeth pulled and just take a leave.
Wow. Yeah, well, that's a woman for you, man. That's a woman for you.
I just couldn't understand it, But because I'm a wimp, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a wimp. You know, hey, man, I used not shot dope for a long time. I ain't gonna lie, from 10 to 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But man, when a doctor go to give me a shot, I'm like freaking out.
That's funny.
I'm hyperventilating. It's like, hold on, man. Let me get it together.
Yeah.
Let me get it together. You know.
You know, I want video of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you to your next doctor's appointment when they give you a shot.
No matter what. But yeah, you know, I tell you, it's you know, I don't know. You just have to.
Right. All right. So tell me about a little bit. All right. So in the book, you talk a little bit about some of your, I don't know, some of the aggression that you had before, like how you even walked into the gym in the first place and how you got connected. How do tell our listeners a little bit about how you even got introduced to boxing?
Well, let me say it like this here, and this would be a kicker. Like, I'm from Michigan. Michigan, the law is 18. Seattle is the law is like 21. You got to be considered grown. And when I was coming up, I had a childhood sweetheart. You know, that was the girl where I eventually married my first son. And you know, after we met at 13, and I went through all the craziness in the city. I can't tell you everything because I want you to buy the book. Okay?
yeah, I understand. Yeah, there's only one left on Amazon right now. You got to call them and tell them to print more.
I
went on Amazon. It said there's only one left.
Oh no!
They better print some more books.
Right?
Don't even say that, man.
Maybe it was. You better go look. It was only one more as of this morning.
Okay, man.
So you sold a lot of books last night.
Now you got me going, man.
No, I'm kidding. Keep going.
You made me forget about what I was saying.
All right, so how did you get into boxing? How'd you get introduced?
Okay.
He's thinking about his pocketbook.
Anyway, I left Michigan at 17.
Yeah.
And I went to the base where my wife was. She had joined the service. We was going on a buddy plan. Yeah. And she went in. Well, what happened was that this guy, the recruiter, he made sure she got in. I stayed out because he know that I wasn't going to be the right thing for her. So after she went through basic training, she sent for me. I went there. She went through basic training in South Carolina. After that, she was stationed in Seattle. And then we went to Seattle. She eventually got pregnant with my son, ended up coming out. She ended up coming out. We moved to Seattle, Washington. And I went and I told this Mexican guy, I said, man, I was lying to him. I'm from the Brewster Projects where Joe Louis is from. You know, I had 15 fights with 15 knockouts. Telling a lie. And, you know, he told me about an old man at a gym. I joined the gym. And after I went to the gym, I got involved. He laughed me out of the gym. I went back the next day, and I never looked back. I went in. I sparred with one of the guys. He put me in, a big guy named Larry Frazier. They called him Smiling Larry Frazier because he always smiled.
Okay.
He was a partner of Ali and different ones. He fought Mike and different ones. And here I am. I'm a jit right off the streets.
Wow.
I had it, you know.
Wow.
Because
you were already using at the time, right? That's what you're not saying. You were already using heroin at the time.
I'm getting to the point to where, like, I took my last heroin. Man, I went in that particular day. I ain't gonna lie, I shot a speedball. I said, man, I'm gonna speed up. I'm gonna hit this guy with everything I can see, everything I can throw.
Right.
Man, after the second round, I ran out of gas. Big Larry came stalking up to me. Big Larry hit me with a right hand, and he was getting ready to finish me. And the old man said, you better not. Say, if you do, I'm going to hit you with this baseball bat. And after that, man, I said, man, I ain't never gonna use like this again.
Right.
And that was the last time I used like that.
Yeah.
But,
you went out and threw up though, didn't you?
Huh?
You went out and got sick, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I was forget about it. Yeah.
So whatever happened to Larry? We know what happened to Pinklin Thomas. Whatever happened to Big Larry?
Hey, you know what was funny, man? You know, I thought Larry had passed away, and someone had told me that Larry was still around. I said, man, you gotta be kidding me. So I think Larry's still around, you know.
You might want to at least go smack him around a little bit, just to let him know what's the deal.
Well, yeah, you know, Larry, he was about 31. Man, he could dance, and man, I seen him dancing, flipping the hook off a jab and all that. I thought he was the greatest thing since peanut butter, man.
Wow, that's sweet.
Larry told me, man, said, man, I told him, I said, man, dang, I want to be like you. He said, no, you don't want to be like me. I was 20 years old, you know, I was like Tyson.
Yeah.
You know, I was Larry's age, you know, but it was funny, man.
And just within a couple of years from that moment where you first walked in a boxing ring, you were already heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, you know, I tell you, man, I told Joe, my old trainer, I told him that I wanted to, after about a couple of weeks after Larry, I asked him, I said, man, how long it take to become heavyweight champion?
That's an addict for you. We want it right away.
Yeah. He laughed at me. He said, oh, man, I don't want to hear that. I said, come on, man, I'm serious. And he said, well, I told him, I said, man, I said, I'll tell you what. And I said, I'm going to be heavyweight champion of the world. I'm going to become heavyweight champion. I'm going to write my book, and then I'm going to do my motion picture.
That's right.
He rolled his eyes and just went and sit down.
That's hilarious.
Okay, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me pause for a second, because I don't know if Trinity knows this. So I'm gonna embarrass you just a little bit, Pink. So, is this before or after you did the music videos?
Which one?
The music career. Google the music career, Trinity.
I'm Googling that.
Yeah, Google that real quick.
Which one? The singing?
Yeah. Because you were always a showman. So when you said you wanted a movie career, yeah, I want Trinity to go back and check out your music career too. I mean, you're just the jack of all trades.
Yeah. You know, that was defending my title, man, against Trevor Burbick, and like a knucklehead. I'm in Burbank, California, man. Yeah. I'm in the studios. I need to be training. I need to be eating and sleeping, boxing. The morning of the fight, I'm in the lobby of the hotel selling DVDs. Man, how crazy is that, you know?
You were doing Hollywood stuff instead of focusing on the next fight.
Yeah, ain't that crazy, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So in the end, I guess, you know, you fought some of the greatest. I mean, you fought Mike Tyson, right?
Right.
You fought Larry Holmes, right?
Yeah.
That's the other Larry.
Larry ran from me. Well, I don't want to get into Larry.
Oh, that's right. We can't talk about Holmes. Oh, that's just going to make you mad. Well, I guess we all know who this is. Watch this. See if you can hear this. I don't know if you can hear this on the phone, but I'm going to play it for the listeners. This is what another person that no longer, you know, well, he's still holding beef. And this is what he said to me.
Hey, Louis, can I tell you something, man?
Yeah.
So you're a very rude man.
No. Oh, man. I don't know if you heard that over the phone, but I just played the clip when the great Jerry Cooney called me a rude man because I told him he dodged the pain.
Oh, Lord, don't start.
I'm not starting anything. I'm just saying that it was my fault, and you got the blame for it.
Yeah, he's very sensitive, you know.
I'm the one that said it. I'm the one that said that he dodged you.
You set me up and ruined a great friendship.
Oh, wow.
That we had forever. He was even at my wedding. He came down to my wedding. My goodness.
Did I really ruin that friendship? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, man. I can't even do a radio show with him in New York no more.
It sucks.
Wow.
You don't even want to talk to me no more.
God, I'm so sorry, Pink.
That's all right, man.
I was just telling the truth. But let's not get into that anymore. So in the movie, that won't be in the movie. We'll leave that out. How about that?
Nah, he's a little too sensitive for the movie, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that it seems like a lot of people dodged you, Pink. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. There's a lot of people. I mean, you were just a very unknown strength. You were kind of an intimidating, scary strength. You know? I mean, so people, so it was very hard for people to risk their careers to fight Pinklin Thomas.
Yeah. Well, man, I tell you, what I want to do, man, in the movie, man, I just want to get somebody to play me as a jit coming up.
Yeah.
Some of the things that I did was really crazy. I got away with, but it was crazy back in the day. But, if a kid tried to do that today, of course, I wouldn't wish it on them.
Right.
For nothing in the world, but only through the grace, that I managed to get through all of that and just all the way up to the top, to the point to where, I was able to fight for the heavyweight championship. And then, at the end, through the end of the book, man, I suffered some crazy ailments,
Yeah.
Some incurable diseases and stuff like that. And, well, I ain't going to say incurable because I'm cured.
Yeah.
It's come together. My recovery is fine, but, I had some help, that was in my body for years. From the time I was a jit and I didn't know it, man. I found out at 37. And I ended up taking interferon and brought it down from 1 million to 1,000.
For real?
And it still lay dormant in my system all the way up until a couple of years, about a year ago.
Wow.
And then it came out with this pill called Harvoni. And then it came out with that pill called Harvoni, and I called on it right away. And I said, they said, man, I don't think you're going to be able to be qualified. How in the world you going to say, I'm not qualified? And I took interferon for 22 months. That was crazy within itself. So, man, the doc said, of course you're qualified. Man, look here, man. I took Harvoni for a month and a half.
Right.
And, man, it disappeared.
Gone. For real?
Disappeared.
Wow. Man.
It's gone. Brought me back.
See, that's
I'm ready to stick and move again.
He's hyped up, man.
He's ready to go now. That's what I love about you, Pink. You're a fighter, man. I mean, you're a fighter. You're a fighter all the way through, though. I mean, all the way through. I mean, you have fought all your life. You started so young. At 10 years old, you were already out there doing your thing. You know what I mean?
I was doing that craziness. I ain't started fighting until I was 19, getting ready to turn 20.
Exactly.
5.5 years later.
And then,
a year and a half later.
Wow.
I was 10-0.
Wow.
Yeah, a year and a half. A year and a half later, I was 10-0. 5.5 years later, I was world champion.
Right. In a time where the best heavyweights lived. At least that's my opinion. In my opinion, that was the highlight of heavyweight boxing.
Yeah, and they all ran like thieves, man. They all ran like thieves.
You're just going to get me in trouble with everybody. I'm going to get you in trouble with everybody.
Yeah, no, hey, you can't get me in trouble, man. I had my day. It's done. But I managed myself from the time I was 14-0.
Wow.
All the way to the championship until I fought for the title 25-0.
Yeah.
I paid my managers to stay the hell away from me because they didn't know what the hell they was doing.
Right.
And I dealt with the promoters myself.
And you dealt with all the great promoters. You dealt with all the thieves and all the great promoters.
Yeah, and I had my day with them too. Hey, man, look, I had my day. But you know what?
Yeah.
One of the greats I always talk about. I hear people always ask questions about Don King, this, that, and the other, man.
Right.
But Don's my buddy. I love him.
Yeah, man.
And the reason why I love Don so much is not because he's a Republican. I ain't gonna say that.
You almost did.
No, but hey, man, Don gave me an opportunity when nobody else.
Yeah. Look, Don may have been a thief to a lot of people, but Don also made a lot of people a lot of money and gave a lot of people a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, he gave me a great break, man.
Yeah.
And everything he told me come to pass.
Right.
So he told me what to do and how to do it. I did it, and it was done.
Yeah.
So, to that, for me been winning the heavyweight championship of the world. I owe him for that.
Yeah, he helped a lot of brothers come up, man. In a time where you know, there's some guys that like you. I mean, you could have just been just a hood on the street forever. You know what I mean?
Well,
even though you came from a good family, which I want to touch on before we get off, though. I want to transition a little bit to that, because I think that also needs to be known. There's a lot of families out there that get that feel a lot of shame when there's an addict in their family, and they feel like it represents them and who they are. But they don't realize, or some people don't realize, that addicts sometimes come from very good families and good people and good supportive people. So I think that's important, because I know you love your family. You're a family guy now. I think that's why you and I really get along. We both have the same time in, and we're very family oriented.
My nice family,
right?
Right. You know, in my family, I'm a family man now.
Yep.
And you know, like, you know, I wasn't from the hood.
Right.
I went to the hood.
Yep.
You know, drugs wasn't dealt by next door to me. I went out to the projects. I hung out. Pimp played, baby laid, from the hopscotch to the boogaloo. I did it all. I ain't gonna lie. I was a robber.
Right.
I was a thief.
Yep.
I did it all. But, you know, through it all, I'm not bragging about it, but through it all, I'm still here today.
Yeah, man.
Now, what I want you to do, more importantly than anything, is go out and get my book. Coming back from the edge of hell.
That's awesome.
Coming back from the edge of hell.
That's going to tell you the whole story, the truth, nothing but the truth.
That's
so
right.
Help me God.
Well, you're going to have to remember to tell Amazon to stock up, because people are going to go to smile.amazon.com, pick Now Matters More Foundation as your charity, and then buy Back from the Edge of Hell.
Yep.
Pinklin Thomas. Now, here's the thing. What I like about the book, you just said it, and another guy actually did the actual writing. You were just able to just say it, right? It's cool. Is that what it is? This other guy's name is on your book. I'm guessing that's what happened.
Well, yeah, he was like a co-writer to me. He's the guy way with words.
See, I like that, because, Pink, I always mess up on where to put the commas. You know, so I need a guy like that just to tell me where to put the damn commas. You know, if not, I'll have like run-on sentences sometimes. You know what I mean? And I write articles for a living too. I speak on the air for a living, and I mumble, and I write articles, and I never know where to put the commas. I don't know why I do what I do.
Let me read something from the last couple of paragraphs of the book.
Go for it. Read it.
It say, my purpose of writing this book, to those who find themselves seeming hopeless in hopeless situations, realizing they should never give up, no matter what.
Right on.
No matter what happens. Beautiful. Likewise, those battling illnesses should never give up until God counts to 10. Yeah. Ring the bell and declare the fight is over. Even if you were told by the greatest medical minds in the world, you are terminal, it isn't the end of the game. Only our Maker should decide when that happens. With the help of God, I achieved full recovery from all my health issues. I'm able to lead an active lifestyle, which includes rigorous workouts and regular basic and training through teaching how to learn how to box. To show my gratitude for the many ways the Lord has blessed me, I intend to devote the rest of my years helping troubled persons of all ages effective positive changes in their lives so they may become closer to Him. This may be a task that can't be completed in a single lifetime, but I'm committed to it. I have been to the edge of hell and wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. When your days are spent, it's too late to repent. Right living may be doing things which seem difficult, tedious, inconvenient, or boring. But it is much easier to live right and avoid the fury of hell than attempt a comeback from eternal damnation.
Right on.
Very good.
Thank you, Pink. Thank you, Pink. I really appreciate you a lot, and I'm gonna come see you, okay? And I talked to one of our other friends here on the show. Trinity and I have a good friend that you may know the name, Daryl Strawberry. And I talked to him last night as well after talking to you and finding out that you went through your surgery. And come to find out that here you guys live in the same town and you guys don't know each other. And so
Daryl's not in Orlando, is he?
Daryl is in Orlando.
Yep.
Are you serious?
And I talked to him about you and I getting together with him, and he's all for it, man. So I'm gonna introduce you to, because I think he's another guy that I think that he fits. You know what I mean? With the way we think and the way we do what we do.
Why? Because we had a PR guy back in the '80s together,
right?
Which we never come together. It was a guy named Ricky Mancuso out of the Bronx.
Okay.
That he worked with Daryl, and of course he worked with me. But yeah, I would love to do that. I want to come together with
right on.
Daryl.
Well, we're going to do that, and I want you to mark March 12th on your calendar. Not only is it his birthday, but it's the day that we're going to do the golf tournament for the Now Matters More Foundation.
Okay.
I hope that DJ lets you out by then in March to just come and just hang out.
Yeah, I might not be able to golf, but I will come and hang out.
You don't need a golf. You can just ride around.
Yeah.
All right. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I mean a real nice limo type setup.
I'll make sure I get you the right car.
No, I'm just serious.
Maybe Lesky, Curtis Oskanek goes out there. I don't know if you know him. He was a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. He comes out, and he has a real pimped out car that sometimes Trinity uses. So, yeah. Maybe we'll use that car.
Oh, yeah.
Does that work for you?
That's all good, man.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much, Pink. Tell DJ, much love to her as well, and I'll come out and visit you soon, okay? Merry Christmas.
Okay, Louis.
And remember.
Soon, but you know what you told me
What's up?
Yesterday. You said, man, over the Christmas holiday.
I'm coming next week.
I'm looking to see you next week, man.
I promise you, Pink, I'll be there next week.
Hey, who in the background?
That's Trinity. Trinity's in the background.
Hey,
Trinity, say something to him.
What's up, man?
Hey, Trinity, Trinity, I think I'm looking at your car. I look at your car all day long. I think I was getting ready to call you this morning.
All right.
You right up.
Yeah, I know it's you, Trinity.
Yeah.
But Trinity, look here. Let me tell you something. If he don't come see me next week, I'm coming to look for him.
Hey, I'll be there filming it.
I promise, Pink, I promise you I'll be there, okay? I love you, my brother. Okay. I will be out there and make sure everybody buys the book, Back from the Edge of Hell. My boy Pink has written a book, an autobiography. It tells the truth, and it's a fantastic story of his life, but of a lot of people's lives. You can gather so much inspiration from this, and I really appreciate it. I just started reading it. I can't wait to complete it. So anyway, thank you very much, Pink, and I'll see you next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, bro. All right, bye-bye. All right, so that's Pinklin Thomas, man. He was fantastic. He's an awesome guy. I got to go see him. I got to go see him.
He better now. He's already told you he's coming to find you.
Yeah, he calls me out of the blue, and then he goes, we haven't seen each other in a while, but that's okay. But he said it like he's forgiven me. I was like, oh, man, I felt bad now. So sometimes I'm just not that. I'm a horrible friend sometimes, Trinity. I get so busy in my life doing stuff that I forget sometimes, and I really – it reminds me to not do that. There's some people that mean a lot to me, and I got to remember to pick up that phone. I'm not a golden boy. I'm not flawless. I have flaws.
Sure.
And I'm going to go see him next week.
Is there somebody out there who says you don't have flaws?
Yeah, actually, no. They just joke with me like that. They call me golden boy sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they go, oh, your life looks so perfect wife, perfect life, perfect. No. I'm flawed just like everybody else. You don't get it twisted. I think they're just doing that just to mess with me, though, Trinity. Okay. Now, you found something. You found the video?
I did. I found the video of him singing.
Can you play it and put it close to the microphone a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead.
Let me take this one out here real quick.
I love it, man. This guy is talented, I'm telling you, brother. He's like, he's just I don't know, man. He's just a great guy, period. So go ahead, play it.
I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. We got 2 minutes. Wait, let me turn up your mic. I love it. All right, so that's a great Pinklin Thomas.
That's awesome, man.
Singer, world heavyweight champion of the world, in recovery from diseases that will kill you, man, diseases that kill people that we love every day, man. And this guy's always surviving, surviving. He got ducked and dodged by the best. Jerry Cooney can say anything he wants to me, and I'm sorry I ruined that relationship with Jerry Cooney. You know, he told me that, and I can't believe it. You know, for those of you that didn't hear it earlier, here's you know, we have Jerry Cooney on the show one time, right? But I had both of them. We had Pinklin Thomas and we had Jerry Cooney on the show, and I simply told Jerry Cooney that I think he dodged Pinklin Thomas his entire career and should have given Pinklin Thomas a fight. Right. And then so this is what he said to me.
Hey, Louis, can I tell you something? Man?
Yeah.
So you're a very rude man.
No.
Oh gosh.
And I'm sorry, Jerry Cooney, if you ever hear this show, if you listen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I love you, man. I really do. It's just that, you know, I saw a great fighter get dodged by a lot of people, like Larry Holmes. You can't even talk about Larry Holmes with Pink.
Uh-oh.
I mean, you can't even have the conversation. These guys don't forget that they had an opportunity to even do more with their career.
Right.
But what people don't understand that don't do these kinds of sports for a living is that it's a very timed thing. You have a limited amount of time to do everything. You know what I mean? The Darryl Strawberries of the world, the Curtis Lascanics of the world, the Pinklin Thomases of the world. They have a limited time to show what they got, right?
Sure.
Like Tech Lesky, for example. He was on the Colorado Rockies for all those years. Nobody knew who he was, really, you know, unless you really watch baseball, right?
Of course.
You know, because he wasn't in the top tier. He goes to Boston Red Sox, ends up winning the game that propels them into winning their World Series, breaks the curse of the Bambino. Curtis Lascanic becomes a hero.
Yeah.
You need that opportunity as an athlete. And you know what? There's a lot of people out there that you might be using right now. You need that opportunity for someone to believe in you and give you the opportunity so you can show I'm not just an addict. I'm not identified by the drugs I use. I'm not identified by my drinking. I'm not identified by the illness I have, whether I'm in a wheelchair, whether I don't have use of my arms, whether I have a mental illness, whatever. You're not identified that. You're identified, you know, by other things that you can do and project. And you know what? Pink, to me, is identified as a person that's very loving, very caring, cares about others, and is a very strong family man. So he's more than just a boxer, at least to someone like me, who has given him the opportunity to be somebody more than just a boxer to them. Yeah. And so that's important. So anyway, I thank him for that. Anyway, closing shots. We got to go, Trini.
Yeah, just only thing I got it, man, is Monday's Christmas. So
Merry Christmas.
Everybody enjoy. Have a good Christmas, man. Just remember what it's really about, hanging out with family, being thankful.
Right.
And then shortly after that, we get the New Year's.
Right.
You know, anything worth doing is worth doing now. But if you're one of the people who have New Year's resolutions, then I wish you much luck with that, and stay focused.
All right. So from all of us here on the Couch Live, I got to set everything up, though. All right, so Merry Christmas to everybody. From all of us here on the Couch Live, adios, amigos. It's time for a taco. Goodbye.